Hello, this is Shay Jackson with Hype Math. In today's 5th grade math review video, we will be going over Order of Operations Part 2. Let's get started. Fifth graders, think about it. Today I shall behave as if this is the day I will be remembered. Dr. Seuss. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you will be alerted when we have or upload new videos. All of the problems we will be going over is in our 5th grade math review workbook. It is available for purchase in our store. The link will be in the description box. We also have a 5th grade reading review workbook, and that also is available for purchase in our store as well. The link will be in the description box also. Now, even though in part 1 we review what order of operations is, and if you want to see that video, the link will be, you can click on the link up top so that you can go and also review the problems that we did there. We are going to go over the examples that we did in part 1 just in case this is your first time looking at order of operations and you did not see part 1, or just to make sure you have a solid understanding of the concept. For order of operations, we use the acronym PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. The P is for parentheses. The E is for exponents. The M and the D, my dear, is for multiplication and division in order from left to right. That means either one, whether it's multiplication or division first, when I am working from left to right, whichever operation I come to first, that is what I calculate. It does not mean that I do multiplication first and then division, okay? And that can be a misunderstanding because it's MD, but actually it's just grouped together, and whatever you come in contact with when working from left to right, that is what you'll do. And it'll be cleared up when we go over some examples. Lastly, we have Aunt Sally, which stands for addition and subtraction, and that is also in order from left to right. So let's look at an example. We have in parentheses 3 squared times 4 plus 6. Now, yes, we do have a parentheses. Inside of that parentheses, though, we need to calculate something first before we can get rid of our parentheses. We must tackle the exponents first. So 3 squared, or 3 to the second power, or 3 times 3, these are all the ways that you say it. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Now in our parentheses we have 9 times 4. Yes, we can now get rid of our parentheses by calculating the expression that's inside of it. 9 times 4 is equal to 36. We are left with 36 plus 6, and that is equal to 42. So our original problem is in parentheses 3 squared times 4 plus 6. We know the answer is 42. Let's look at another example. We have 20 minus 10 divided by 5. Based on the order of operations, I know I see a subtraction and a division. I am going to work my division first, okay? 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. Now our problem is 20 minus 2, and that is equal to 18. So our original expression, 20 minus 10 divided by 5, is equal to 18. Let's look at another example. And yes, this one is a doozy, but remember, you have to eat an elephant one bite at a time. I know this looks like an elephant, right? We have 8 squared plus, in parentheses, 6 minus 2 times 5 minus 10 divided by 2. Our first step is please, or our parentheses. So in our parentheses, we see that we have 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. Now our problem, our expression is 8 squared plus 4 times 5 minus 10 divided by 2. Second, we are going to solve our exponent. We have 8 squared, or you can say 8 to the second power, which means 8 times 8. 8 times 8 is equal to 64. Now our expression is 64 plus 4 times 5 minus 10 divided by 2. Next, we are going to multiply and divide. We see that we have a multiplication sign, and we also see that we have a division sign. We are going to work from left to right. Remember, from left to right. When we're going from left to right, we see that first we have 4 times 5, that is equal to 20. And also we have 10 divided by 2, and that is 5. So now our expression is 64 plus 20 minus 5. Lastly, we have unsally, which is addition and subtraction from left to right. In working from left to right, we see first we are going to add 64 plus 20, that is equal to 84, and then we are going to subtract 5, that is 79. So our original, and we're done. Can we give each other a hand? Because listen, that was a big problem. So our original expression was 8 squared plus, in parentheses, 6 minus 2 times 5 minus 10 divided by 2. After all of our hard work and effort, we know that the answer is 79. So let's look at problem number 21. And again, the problems that we are going over in the video are in our 5th grade math review workbook. The link is in the description box. An expression is shown, and our expression is 8 times, in parentheses, 3.8 plus 13.2 minus 6. What value is equivalent to the expression? F, 37.6, G, 61.4, H, 130, J, 88. What are we looking for? We are looking for the value of the expression. What information can help us find the answer? The information that can help us find the answer is that we need to calculate what's inside of the parentheses first. How are we going to solve this problem? We're going to dive in and solve it. That's how. All right. So looking at our expression again, we know that first we need to calculate what is inside of our parentheses. 3.8 plus 13.2. When we add those together, that is equal to 17. So now my expression is 8 times 17 minus 6. Thinking about the order of operations again, we are going to multiply first, okay? Multiply first, and then we'll do subtraction. So 8 times 17 is equal to 136 minus 6. Our answer is 130. So 8 times, in parentheses, 3.8 plus 13.2, close the parentheses, minus 6 is equal to 130. What is our correct answer? In order for us to find our correct answer, we must look at our answer choices to see which one has the value of 130. And if you say H, you are absolutely correct. 130 is our answer, and so is H. Very good. Let's move to problem number 22. Margaret opened a new case of light bulbs. The case contained 3 boxes of light bulbs with 8 light bulbs in each box, okay? Also, Margaret threw 2 of these light bulbs in the trash because they were damaged. Then she took 7 of the light bulbs out of the case. Which expression can be used to show that there are 15 light bulbs still in the case? A, we have 3 times 8 minus 2 plus 7. B, we have 3 times 8 minus 2 times 7. C, we have 3 times 8 minus, in parentheses, 2 plus 7. And then D is 3.8 minus 2 plus 7. What are we looking for? We are looking for the expression that can be used to show there are 15 light bulbs in the case. What information can help us find the answer? The information that can help us find the answer are 3 things. Number 1, the case contained 3 boxes of light bulbs with 8 light bulbs in each box. Secondly, 2 of the light bulbs were damaged and thrown in the trash. And lastly, Margaret took 7 of the light bulbs out of the case. How to solve the problem? Okay, in order to solve this problem, we must create our expression. So, first we know that the case contained 3 boxes of light bulbs, and in each box there are 8 light bulbs. So that means, and just visualize it in your mind, one box has 8 light bulbs, another box, number 2 box, has 8 light bulbs, and the third box has 8 light bulbs. Well, for us to find out or to calculate how many light bulbs are all together, the easiest way to do it, instead of having 8 plus 8 plus 8, a quicker way is to multiply the number of boxes there are, which is 3, times how many light bulbs are in each box. That's 8. So that is where we get 3 times 8. So that's the first part. And we put it in parentheses because we know this is the total amount of light bulbs in the box. Okay? That is what we're going to deal with for that. Now we have to look at the fact that there are 2 of the light bulbs that were damaged and thrown in the trash, and Margaret took 7 of the light bulbs out of the case. So we're adding those together because those light bulbs, the 2 that were damaged and also the 7 that Margaret threw away, they are no longer in the case or a part of the total number of light bulbs. Okay, so in order to do that, we are grouping that together and we are going to subtract. Based on that information, what is our correct answer? So let's look at our answer choices again. We have A, 3 times 8 minus 2 plus 7. B, 3 times 8 minus 2 times 7. C, 3 times 8 minus, in parentheses, 2 plus 7. And last we have 3 plus 8 minus 2 plus 7. What do you think the correct answer is? If you said C, you are correct. So let's talk about it. So the reason we didn't choose number A, they started off good. A started off good because they multiplied 3 times 8. However, the subtract 2 is good, but then they added 7, so the plus 7 means there are 7 light bulbs added to the total amount, and that's not true. We know that that needs to actually be subtracted because they were light bulbs that Margaret took out of the case. B started off good too. We have 3 times 8. We know that when we have a number next to a number in parentheses, that means multiplication. Okay, that was good. Minus, okay, we're on a roll. The 2 times 7, that's not correct because she took 2 light bulbs out of the case and then she threw 7 away. Okay, I'm sorry, she threw 2 away and there were 7 that she took out of the box, but they don't need to be multiplied because it didn't say that there were 2 boxes with 7 light bulbs in it that she threw away. It didn't say that. That is why that is incorrect. Okay. C, we start off 3 times 8, perfect, because we know that's the total amount of light bulbs in the case, and then we need to subtract the ones that are no longer in the case. We know that there were 2 that were damaged and she threw them in the trash, plus there were 7 that she took out. And that is why that part is in parentheses. So even though when we started, we put the 3 times 8 in parentheses, it's okay that it's not there. But what is very important is that the light bulbs that are no longer in the case, that's calculated together so that there's nothing added. And that's the difference between A and C, that parentheses, okay? Because that means we're going to add what's in the parentheses first, and then when we get that number, we are going to subtract that from the total amount. And then for D, they started off wrong with 3 plus 8 because no, we need to multiply 3 times 8, right? So that is why C is the correct answer. Another thing I wanted to show you is calculating each of the expressions as they are. So if you notice, if we calculated the expressions the way that they are, A would be equal to 29, B would be equal to 2, C is 15, and guess what? That's what we said. We're looking for the expression that shows there are 15 light bulbs in the case, and then D is 16. That's wrong, okay? And this is just to check and show you that yes, C is the correct answer. Let's move to number 23. At a clothing store, Zoe bought 2 shirts for $7.25 each and 2 pairs of jeans for $24 each. She used a coupon for $10 off the total price of the clothes. The discounted price of the clothes Zoe bought can be found using this expression. In brackets, 2 times 7.25 plus 2 times 24, that bracket is closed, and then we subtract $10, and that's for that coupon she used. What is the discounted price in dollars and cents of the clothes Zoe bought? Our first important question, what are we looking for? We are looking for the discounted price for the clothes Zoe bought. What information can help us find the answer? The information that can help us find the answer is we need to calculate what's inside of the brackets first. How do we solve the problem? Let's dive in to see. So we have in brackets 2 times 7.25 plus 2 times 24, close the bracket, minus 10. Based on our order of operations, we are going to calculate what is inside of the brackets first, from left to right. So first, we are going to multiply 2 times 7.25, and that is $14.50. So for the two shirts that Zoe purchased, that is equal to $14.50 plus 2 times 24. Now we do that. The jeans, two pairs for $24 is equal to 48. Now that we've handled that part, we can now add together add the numbers that are inside of our bracket. $14.50 plus $48 is equal to $62.50. That gets rid of our bracket, and now we are left with $62.50. That would have been the original cost. However, Zoe has a $10 coupon, so we are going to subtract that $10 from her price. $62.50 minus 10 is equal to $52.50. So what is our correct answer? We said that it is $52.50. And that concludes the fifth grade math review, order of operations, part 2. Remember, the math and reading review workbooks are available in our store for purchase. The links are in the description box. This is Shay Jackson with Hype Math. I will talk to you soon.